Hi, I'm Dr. Carolyn Rose-Smith, and like many of you, I am extremely exhausted and burned out. I came up with the idea to create this inspirational YouTube channel called Daily Inspiration to Live a Better Life. After working all day yesterday till around 12 midnight, getting to bed extremely late, it was about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. I still couldn't go to sleep. At home, we have four children. The youngest, she's 3 years old, and she has been getting up extremely early. So I know I was running out of time to even get any sleep. So I decided I have to do something different that's permanent. I will make goals to improve my health, my physical, mental, and spiritual health. And then you get tired, you're working hard, and then I don't stick with those goals. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna create a YouTube channel. I think that would be very inspirational and motivational. And also, the hope is that by creating this channel, that others like you will be able to be motivated and inspired to make permanent changes in your life as well. So, for what I decided to do is to share with you at the end of each day, what I did, what my inspiration was that day, and hopefully again it will motivate you and inspire you to make permanent changes in your life so you can you can live a better life as well. So the focus of day one is to commit and cleanse, and I'll be talking more about that in the video as I continue. But as I was talking about earlier, the concern about burnout and exhaustion, I really believe most of us are burned out and exhausted. We don't get enough sleep, and there are many factors that can contribute to that, such as our daily responsibilities, such as taking care of our families. We have four children at home. Our youngest is 3 years old. We may be caring for other loved ones, such as maybe elderly family members. We may work multiple jobs. We may work away from home, such as military members, making that sacrifice that they may be overseas. My husband and I are Air Force veterans, so we definitely understand the sacrifice that many military families make and go through. Some of the responsibility may even include finding a job, being out there trying to, find a job or find a job that pays more than what that you may be making right now. Um, School responsibilities, maybe working, you have family, you're pursuing a degree as well. So, that can also add on to the burnout and exhaustion, just being always tired. So it's like, where do you really kind of find time for yourself, right? Um, and pursuing other endeavors, you right? So, you may be looking at, trying to do other business ventures or, make changes in your life. So, but you still have to keep working the job that you're doing, or obviously you're going to have family responsibilities and maybe school responsibilities, so you maybe feel like you're stretched really thin. So definitely understand that. um, let's talk about mental and physical burnout and exhaustion, right? For myself, again, working with doctoral students, I find it very rewarding, but we're dealing with the time crunch of semesters and quarters, because I have to ensure that my clients are making forward progress, right? Because I want them to become doctors. Some of the things that I noticed with myself, because I've been working, I tend to work 7 days a week. I tend to work nearly all year round. Even if I'm on vacation, I remember being in Jamaica and editing a proposal there because of the time crunch. I had to make sure my client document was complete so she could submit and, get the document to her committee. So with the lack of sleep, the exhaustion, I realized I felt like I've been having with, memory issues, such as issues with my short-term memory. Sometimes something simple as, I may get a cup of tea or something, and, I may forget it in the microwave or something, or say, hey, did I just drink, the cup of water I had? Just simple daily things. I realized like my short-term memory was suffering. And sometimes I may say the wrong words, or simple words. I may say something. My family will look at me and say, "Mom, you mean this," or my husband will say, "Babe, you mean this." And it's just, you think you said the right word, but the exhaustion and being so tired, you know, sometimes the wrong word comes out. You might try to get, for me, I try to get refreshed, and no matter how much I feel like I try to get some rest, try to do things to get refreshed. I feel like I'm just always tired. I am just beat, right? Some of the things, obviously, with the type of work I do, one of the things I'm going through right now is eye pain. So that's the reason, part of it, that I'm transitioning my work to writing more to leaning towards dissertation books. That's where what I'm working on right now is writing dissertation books. I'm also in the process of creating a YouTube channel, for dissertation, where I'm going to be, doing that to help share my knowledge with students, or to coach and mentor them, and also doing dissertation blogs, because I realize I can't keep going with the dissertation editing that I'm doing forever, and my body's telling me, okay, you need a break, you need to transition. So that's what I'm doing. But even doing the transition, you're still kind of further stretching yourself thin, because you still have to, I still have to keep up with my current clients until I fully transition, right? Until I make sure they're done, and then I can fully transition, and hopefully that can help me to, decrease issues such as eye pain. And also, I'm working on also starting a Jamaican restaurant. So a lot going on there, right? So some of the things also I felt with, like feeling stressed, chest pains, and also earaches, right? So you might be experiencing other symptoms, things that are giving you warning signs to say, hey, you got to cut back. You need to pay attention to your health, and you got to morph, right? So you're fatigued, you're tired, you feel like a robot doing the same thing each day. So it doesn't mean that you don't find your job rewarding. It doesn't mean that you're not, you don't feel blessed and you're not thankful for your family. It's just that you feel, there's not enough time in the day to get everything done that you need to get done, plus trying to find time to take care of yourself, right? So a lot of times you just feel like you're a robot each day. Right? That's how I feel anyway. Sometimes like I'm a robot each day, and it's just repeating the day over and over and over again, right? Um, you may find it challenging to find time to exercise and to mentally decompress, right? Because you're just tired. You just want to sleep, So gotta feel inspired, gotta feel motivated to do something. It doesn't matter if it's just a couple minutes, to go take a walk, which is, would be wonderful. Go take a walk, and try not to think. Do your best. Don't think about work, or what else you got to do for your family later on. But just take some time, put on some music, and and just go out there and enjoy nature, or go in the basement, and we have a treadmill and elliptical. Go in the basement, get on one of those, do about 30 minutes exercise. But just find time, and and ask family for help, right? If you need help, right, to say, hey, I'm gonna go work for a little bit, can you watch the little one? Or have them come take part. What I do sometimes is have them go and play while I jump on the treadmill or something, right? To get a little bit of exercise in. All right. So staying in tune with your spirituality may be negatively impacted, right? So whatever your spiritual beliefs are, a lot of times you might feel like you're not in tune with them because you're just super exhausted. Okay. Okay, so now let's talk about how to be physically, mentally, and spiritually motivated and inspired, right? For me, it was about being fed up and with not truly living my best life, right? Working 7 days a week, 365 days a year, working on vacations, working on weekends. I always make sure I find quality time for my family. Always make sure my clients are doing well, moving forward. And so it didn't leave me much time for myself, right? So it's about, okay, being fed up to say, no, I have to carve out a little bit of time in the day, every day, for myself, because what's going to happen if I'm not around for my family? And if I'm not around, I can't help my clients either, right? So the reality is, I got to do something to make sure that, I'm living a better life, right? And I'm healthier and I'm happier, right? So, you got to be ready to be ready for a permanent change in your life for the better, right? Which I definitely am. So I decided to commit and take charge of my life, and that's the reason why, as I said, I created this channel and this video. I think it will be motivational and it's inspirational for me, and I hope it will be for you too as well, so that you can make positive, permanent changes again in your life, right? So by taking care of yourself, you'll be happier and more present for yourself and your loved ones. I think people can see when you're happier, your children are very receptive or perceptive, right? They want it and they can see it, right? That you're happier. When mommy or daddy or whoever is happy, the children are happy, right? And your coworkers are happy, other family members are happy. Just, it's, people can see the change, right? So, also again, don't be scared to ask for support. If you want to do something where you're going for a walk and you want that alone time, nothing's wrong with asking, like someone you trust, right? Whether it's a spouse or a relative or friend or whatever, to say, hey, can they watch, whoever, your little one while you go, for a walk. So whatever it is that you're doing, get support, with people that you know and trust, right? And don't feel guilty for taking time to take care of yourself, right? You got to take care of yourself if you want to be around, right, for a long time. So we have to take care of ourselves, and in doing that, then we are better able to take care of our loved ones. So that's one of the things I had to learn, to better understand and do a better job at, right? Because I'm always one to look out for everyone else, and I leave myself last. So I got to learn, one of the things I have to learn and master is finding time for myself and knowing that it's okay to find time for myself. Okay, now let's talk about how we can take small steps each day to improve our lives, right? Some of the things we can do is find time to take a few minutes to ourselves, right? And it could be just, setting a bath, relaxing, whether you're a man or a woman, nothing is wrong with taking a nice bath, relaxing, listening to some music, maybe getting some nice, lavender or something in the water just to help you relax, right? Find time to do some physical activity, right? Depending on what's going on, if you have any serious health issues, you definitely want to talk with your doctor about some of the safe exercises that you can do based on your health concern. If you have a certain disability as well, that may affect the type of exercise that you can do. So take those into consideration. Some of the possible exercises that, for example, your doctor or physical therapist or whatever may recommend may include maybe walking outside, walking up and down the stairs, doing jumping jacks, doing squats, lifting some weights, working out with your children. Again, um, what I do sometimes, is have the children come down with me in the basement. And for the older ones, they may take turns also, getting on the elliptical treadmill for a few minutes, and, they have other, like bicycles or different things in the basement that they can ride as well. But, they're watching what you're doing and they're also taking part, and that's teaching them good, healthy habits, right, as they grow. So, nothing's wrong with, it's a great idea to just include them in what you're doing, right? Improve how you eat and be conscious not to emotionally eat, right? Nothing's wrong with, again, treating yourself. I love ice cream, right? So that's my go-to, my favorite treat. But at the same time, I have to be careful that I am not overeating or emotionally eating because I'm exhausted, tired, and so I'm craving ice cream because of that, right? So do things that will improve your mental and spiritual well-being as well, right? And go on dates with your spouse or partner. That's big for myself and my husband, right? As we were having little ones, sometimes all the focus go, we turn our focus to the children, and then we kind of neglect each other, right? So one of the things we have made a concerted effort to do is to go on dates, right? To have like a date night, whether it's maybe once every 2 weeks or whatever, but it's about taking time to have some alone time together and away from the kids. And I know it might be challenging on those days not to talk about the children, but just take time to date, right? And get as much sleep as possible, as sleep deprivation is a real concern. And I can tell you, I think for me, again, that's a big concern for me because I think that's what affected my memory. Okay, especially my short-term memory. All right. Okay, so for our mental and spiritual well-being, I think it is very important that we are positive thinkers and that we're optimists, right? That we see the positive side of whatever is going on, that we can make it through. We believe in our abilities. We believe that with hard work comes success. In Jamaica, my grandmother sis would say, if you want good, you know as if you run. That's the patois. And it means with hard work, right, comes success, right? So, and with that type of attitude, it will help you make it through whatever it is that's going on in your life, right? And if you look at a lot of research too, you'll see that a lot of findings where researchers have found that people that are optimists tend to live longer than people who are pessimistic, right? So it's important that we are positive thinkers again and optimists, right? And some of the things we have to look at, no matter what is going on, we got to make sure we're thankful for all the blessings we have in our lives, such as our children, right? Our spouses, our partners, and other loved ones, or health. Your health may not be perfect, but it could be worse. So we got to give thanks for what we have, right? And take steps to improve it, right? That's what we're doing, right? And for our work and our business or whatever is going on, and I know there's many other things we can give thanks for, and that we should, right? And we got to be an inspiration and a mentor to others. So we got to be kind to others, right? It's like, what were you put here on earth for? Whatever your beliefs are for being here on this earth. But we got to be kind to each other, right? And only say things that will uplift you or and others, even on social media. A lot of times I see people post, or I tend not to post personal stuff on social media. I don't tend to have personal accounts. It tends to be business related. But you see, I see and hear about, people posting just terrible things or negative things. And I'm like, man, if people just take that time, that they're using for that negative energy, sending out that negative energy and use that for some good, oh my goodness, right? How much they could help someone else or help themselves, right? But so, like, creating this video, I am doing it to, again, to inspire myself and motivate myself, and I hope it will inspire others, including you. So my thing to others, if you have nothing positive to say or nothing nice to say, please don't say anything at all. Again, this is about being an inspiration and a mentor and helping each other out, and not being negative and trying to pull other people down, right? So taking positive steps, right? And believing in yourself and taking steps to pursue your dreams and your goals. I always tell loved ones, and always tell myself, okay, if I'm going to do something, what am I waiting on, right? So you got to go for, and you got to go for believing in yourself and pursue all your dreams, whatever it is. I think you will feel better knowing that, hey, I gave it a shot. Everything may not work out with everything that you pursue, but at least you gave it a shot, right? And that's what it's all about. That's what living is all about, right? And send out positive energy, and positive energy will come back to you. I really believe that, right? So always think positive. Certain time there's things going on in my life, and you know and I always feel like there's guardians. I mean, that's my belief. I know everybody have their own spiritual belief, but I believe that there are always guardians watching, protecting, and that if you try and you not, or you just give your best effort, I'm not going to sit there and wait for a miracle, right? But I get up and I give it my best, and I think you will be rewarded. And that has happened so many times in my life. So I truly believe that by giving up positive energy, that you will be rewarded, and that positive energy will come back to you. So be an optimist, and you will live longer and happier. All right. So the focus of day one again is to commit and cleanse, right? So let's inspire and motivate each other to truly live our best lives, right? My grandmother always said, time waits on no man, right? So the time is ticking, right? And it's not going to wait on us. So we need to commit and decide to take action now to better ourselves, because if we don't, it could be 10 years down the line and we're sitting there in terrible health, right? And very unhappy. And so we got to commit to invest in ourselves, and be better for ourselves, which then will be better again for our loved ones, right? I also created a second episode to day one, commit and cleanse. So you can hear some of the tips that I do just to physically cleanse myself, right? So definitely go and check out that video. Okay, so as you complete day one, I think it's very important that you set realistic goals for day two. Okay, so set a few small realistic goals for day two, ones that will improve your physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. Okay, it's important to note that what may work for me may not work for everyone, right? So we all have to figure out what works best for us, right? So I will see you on day two, and I'm going to also ask that you subscribe and click or tap on the bell to get notifications of new episodes. Remember again to check out the episode 2 of day one as well, right? To see what some of the things that I do, the physical things that I do to cleanse myself, okay? And so thanks for spending part of your day with me, and I really believe that we can do it, and I will see you in day two. All right? Bye-bye.